Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is for week commencing the 20th of January. I'll just pre-warn you, my dog has just joined me in here and she's sitting right at the tripod. Yes, I know you are. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. Just a massive thank you to you all. I know you all left beautiful flowers in the comments last week because I didn't have any flowers. I do have flowers this week. But honestly, it's funny, isn't it? The slightest, the nicest, the smallest little things that you can do. You'd be amazed how many smiles. Every time I opened it, I was like, oh, more flowers. God, they're just lovely. So thank you. I just want to say thank you. Anyway, Taurus, let's get on with your reading. What energy cards are here, please and thank you, for next week for Taurus? So we've got caring connections. Beautiful card. Some of you, it could be to do with relationship. And then we have the Angel of Balance. Makes me think that you have got to balance something within a relationship or within your caring connections, or maybe you're the Queen of Cups too, and you actually perhaps give out a little bit too much. You need to maybe rein it in a little bit. Stop worrying about everybody else. It's nice to look after people to a certain extent, but you have to look after yourself too. And I do feel that's quite a strong message for some of you, Taurus. Anyway, we're going to use the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot by Radley Valentine. Give them a quick shuffle for you, Taurus. And dear Spirit Guides and Angels, please join me in this reading for Taurus and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. And there she goes. She doesn't stay long. Okay. Here we go. So your general energy for next week is the Three of Swords. We have your opportunity as the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Earth as your challenge, the Nine of Earth, what you don't see coming, and the Two of Air, Two of Swords, as your advice and outcome. So, Three of Air in this deck is the Three of Air is the Three of Swords. Now, this is about heartache. This is about upset, sorrow, forgiveness, but it's also about healing. So for some of you, it's about healing next week. For others, maybe to do with that caring connections and the Angel of Balance coming in for you. You could be healing from something that's been quite traumatic for you. Or maybe you're actually helping somebody else around their relationships who's going through that Three of Air. Maybe you are that Angel of Balance. That'd be interesting. The Knight of Air, which is the Knight of Swords, is in your opportunity. This is about being really motivated. This is about putting your thoughts and words into action and actually doing something about something. This is the fastest knight in the deck. The knights progress ideas, emotions. This is about really, literally, hold on to the reins. It's kind of like you're going to make your mind up on something, and that's it. There's no distracting you. Off you go, bull in the china shop, maybe. But it's there's a lot of sense of determination and opportunity for you to perhaps put that Three of Air to bed to help with the healing process. Maybe you've been pondering over some sort of counselling or just doing something to make you feel better. And it's coming to fruition next week. The Knight of Earth is your challenge. No, yes, the Knight of Earth, sorry. So the Knight of Earth is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is about being really organised, putting plans into place, not being too rushed on something. Quite funny to have the Knight of Earth next to the Knight of Air because they are chalk and cheese. You've got the absolute extremes of the characters there. But as a challenge, I can see that you are chomping at the bit literally here with this Knight of Air to get things going. The challenge will be for you to remain grounded, and to try and consider it in a more sensible manner, whatever you're thinking of doing. The Nine of Earth is the Nine of Pentacles, of what you don't see coming. Now, I think that if you do remain grounded, if you don't go too hammer and tong at this, then you will be able to have the time to enjoy the fruits of your labour, because this is what's coming in for you. It's contentment, it's luxury, and it's financial independence. For some of you, it's about, you've built up your worth, if you like. You've built up that money, and it's, it's not been, overnight. You've worked really, really hard at this. And there's an opportunity for you to actually enjoy that, go out and enjoy it, and not feel guilty about it too. Sorry, that's what you don't see coming. That's not your opportunity. It's the Knight of Air, is to be determined. Put that thought process, actually do something about it. Hey, maybe that'll bring around that nine of Earth for you. Some sort of financial, I nearly said settlement. Maybe some of you are waiting for a settlement. Perhaps that's what the Three of Air is going to help you overcome, some sort of financial settlement. And then you have the Two of Air as your advice and outcome. Now, the Two of Air is the Two of Swords, and this is about having two different pathways to go, and perhaps being a little bit indecisive about it. Maybe a bit of confusion, maybe avoiding one of the pathways. But with that Knight of Air, I know there's an opportunity for that. But he can go too quickly, and he can be a bit bull in a china shop. All I'll say is the message behind the Knight of Air is to say, make sure you check the small print, especially if you're coming into some sort of financial settlement, something to do with the finances. I know there's an opportunity to get it sorted, but always the other side to this card is, don't be too bull in a china shop. The Two of Air as your advice and outcome. An advice card as the Two of Air is look at both options. Maybe you're just thinking it's that way or that way, and you're not actually considering anything else. But let's have a look. Let's do some clarifiers on this. The Three of Swords in your overall energy next week. It is about heartache, sorrow, forgiveness and healing, though. Don't forget that. Swords are the mental suit and how we think. Why do we have the Three of Air here, please? And thank you for Taurus. Too many. Why do we have the Three of Air, please? And thank you for Taurus. I personally think it's about the healing side to that, definitely, because we've just got Judgment come out. And Judgment is a major arcana that comes when the timing is right. It's like, it's your time now. You've perhaps sat back a bit too long. It's your calling in life. It's meant to be. The timing is right. Let's do one more on that. I definitely think this is about healing now next week. It's about overcoming something. I want to say somebody or a situation or even a relationship, I feel like you've put your heart and soul into, and the balance is now coming back for you next week. Yeah, look at that. Nine of Cups. Absolutely beautiful. Your heart, joy, wish contentment, wish fulfillment, contentment. Beautiful card. I love that. Oh, I love how they're both actually kind of like looking up, and look at the body language of both these cards. It's such a relief for you too. Because, the Three of Swords, again, like I just said, swords are the mental suit. So yes, this is about upset and heartache and overcoming that. But sometimes it's only our thoughts that have gone, into our heart, as opposed to, it's how we've dealt with something, and perhaps a little bit of self-sabotage going on there. You've been a bit too harsh on yourself. But anyway, you've got the opportunity of the Knight of Air. Now, as a person, if there's an opportunity of somebody coming into you, then they will be really pushy, I want to say. So just be careful. I normally see opportunities as a really positive, and I do see this as a positive, but I can't help but hear a warning saying, but don't go too quickly. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles are about our material resources, our finance, our jobs, perhaps. This is about saying, yes, concentrate, be determined, be motivated, but don't be distracted. This is about taking yourself off and just concentrating on one thing, one goal. Literally removing yourself from any distractions. Now, that Knight of Air can be, as I say, quite pushy. So I want to say, I nearly said stand your ground with them. They're good, they mean well, and that energy is there for you to give it to you, but just, I still want to say, remain focused, remain practical. Maybe something to do with the finances again there. There's an end goal with the finances to be had. The Knight of Earth is your challenge, and the Knight of Earth, maybe you are just, because of that Knight of Air here, you're just chomping at the bit to get on with it and struggling maybe to see the longer term benefits. That's clarified by the High Priestess. Wow. Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. I think for some of you, you've got children involved here, and that's a consideration with the long-term plans with this Knight of Earth as your challenge. We have the High Priestess. Just maybe you're not trusting the information that's coming through to you, or you're not trusting yourself or your instincts. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you just a little bit like, oh my gosh, I know I've got to deal with it. I know it's gone on, but I feel like you're maybe putting your head in the sand a little bit. The Page of Pentacles is about learning something new. It's a very wanting to learn again, and I feel like you're maybe not seeing the future because of that Knight of Earth being, that's what the Knight of Earth is all about, long-term plans, but is something blocking you here? You're shutting it off. I don't know if you don't want to see it, or you're just simply thinking, long-term, how's this going to pan out? It's a real challenge for you. The Page of Wands is here in reverse. So the Page of Wands for me is about letting a load off your mind. It's about that lovely, carefree, almost, what's the word? A very, oh gosh, my word's gone. But a very carefree attitude, very young energy, naive. But this to me is, I feel like you're very uptight. You feel like you've got the world on your shoulders. It's just, I don't know. So, and then maybe this is why the Knight of Air is coming along for you. I'm really drawn to the sword. He's like, cut it out. Let's just cut all that. You can see past the end of your nose. The Nine of Earth is here. Again, contentment, luxury, independence. What you don't see. And maybe this focus here of the Eight of Pentacles, as I said, for that goal of maybe some sort of financial or work opportunity, is going to give you this, just when I say luxury, I think we all have our own levels of luxury. To me, luxury is buying my flowers every week. Luxury is, just, I don't know, the really small things in life, because I think that's what we appreciate more. So That's what you don't see coming. Feeling of standing on your own 2 feet too. King of Pentacles, how lovely, is here. Now the King of Pentacles is about being really in control of your finances. Again, content, very sure, very organised, very resourceful. Maybe some of you are actually perhaps this money settlement, if you are looking at a settlement, is involving a King of Pentacles too. So they would be maybe a partner, maybe even a manager, or a father even. But they're usually an older energy. Now, when I say older, they're usually older, wiser, they're kings. However, you can have a 20-year-old who has a 50-year-old head on their shoulders. So I don't always go by age, I go by their energy. So there's somebody very financially influential coming in for you next week, I would say. Maybe you're taking financial advice from them. And then you have the Two of Air. Maybe they're going to give you this different options to go for. There's two, you know, the Two of Air is the Two of Swords, like this in the oops, watch my mic, in the Ryder Waite tarot. And that's always about her, you know, or they are thinking, oh gosh, you know, sitting there, going within, having a good think, you know, I just don't know which way to go with this. Feeling quite torn. Let's have a look. But why do we have the Two of Air here? As an advice card, I always say, maybe you're thinking there's only 2 options. Perhaps there's a third you're not seeing. Let's have a look. Why do we have the Two of Air here? Please and thank you for Taurus. Wow. Clarified by the Two of Swords. It is the Two of Air. Like I just said, this is the Light Seers deck. And again, it's exactly the same meaning. Look how, you know, they're tearing her, they're pulling her in one direction and into another direction. But you do have the King of Wands here. Now, the King of Wands is very entrepreneurial, very strong energy, very fiery energy, very in control, very managerial. Let me do one more on that. What are you trying to make a decision on? Maybe you've been offered maybe some of you have been offered a managerial position at work. We've got the Two of Cups. Straight away, I feel like if that is the case and you have been offered a King of Wands energy, and you're trying to decide between that, or do you stay with the Two of Cups energy? Do you stay on the same level, or do you step outside your comfort zone? Because the Two of Cups is about having a partnership with somebody. There's no hierarchy. There's this lovely, you know, just knowing with each other. But the King of Wands, he's like, nah, nobody tells the King of Wands what to do. But I'm wondering if, for me, this feels like you've got to choose between the 2 energies that you want to deal with yourself. Do you stay in that nice, stable, you know, just, you know, nice and level, although you've got the Angel of Balance there? Or do you step outside your comfort zone and you become that King of Wands? Is that what your decision is? Exciting. Lovely reading. I'm going to do one more on that Knight of Air with that 8 of Pentacles, though. Let's just do one more, please, and thank you. That Knight of Air is it's very, very fast action. I feel like this is, whatever this is, has gone on for a long time. And there's an opportunity for you next week to go, right, okay, let's just get this sorted. I've stuck my head in the sand too long. Six of Swords, how lovely. So the Six of Swords clarifying that Knight of Air is like that motivation is pushing you past a very stuck position. It's taken you out of some troubled times, if you like, or troubles. And again, it's swords, because it could be your thoughts in your head. But it's moving you on. It's progress. How lovely. So I'm also going to ask for a manifestation card for Taurus. What else does Taurus need to concentrate on for next week? As if you haven't got enough here. Let's have a look. Please and thank you. For Taurus. There we go, thank you. Let's have a look. It says, focus is everything. If you are thinking about it, if you are talking about it, you are inviting it into your life. Maybe that's why this Knight of Air is coming along at last, saying, come on then, put your words into action. Put your money where your mouth is. So focus is everything for you next week, Taurus. Hope you enjoyed that reading. As usual, absolutely loved it. And I hope you have a great week and take care.